Good morning, children. And how is everybody doing this morning? Very good. I'm happy that everybody's okay. Now, last week, if we recap, we looked at the letter sound and we looked at two letter sound. Can anybody remember what letter sound we looked at? Very good, Stephanie. She said we looked at the letter B. And can somebody else tell me what other letter sound we looked at? Very good, Jafir. He said the letter D. So the two letters that we looked at last week were the letter B and the letter D. And can anybody remember the sound of those letters? What sound does the letter B makes? Very good. The letter B makes the B sound. Very good. And what sound does the letter D makes? Yes, correct. The letter D makes the D sound. Well, today we are going to understand the sound and the spelling system and also how we can use this to spell correctly, right? Yes, good. So before we go into our class today, we are going to play a little game. Do you like to play games? Yes, I know that everybody would want to play game. So I want each and every one of you to stand. Now stand. And on the board here, I have 4 letters. If you look on the board, these letters are Q, the letter D, the letter B, and the letter P. Now, in order to play this game, I am going to call out a letter sound and then I'm going to call somebody and you are going to tell me what letter makes that sound, and then I'm going to tell you to do something and come to the sound. So now let us try it. I'm going to call on Amia. Now the D sound. Can you tell me what letter makes the D sound, Amia? Excellent. The letter D. She said the letter D. Very good. Now I want you to come and hop to the letter D. Now you have to hop. You cannot walk. You have to hop to the letter D. And when you reach, you touch the letter D, right? All right, good. So now I want you to hop to that letter and touch it. Remember, I said that letter makes what sound? Yes, that letter makes the D sound. So I want you to hop to the letter that makes the D sound. Now let us wait on her to up to the letter. Good. Is she correct? Yes, she's correct because she points to which letter? This letter here, right? Now give her a power clap. Very good, Amia. She pointed this letter here, and is this letter here the D? The letter D? Yes, this is the letter D. And that letter D makes what sound? Very good, the D sound. Now let us get Gregory. Now on the board, I'm going to call another letter from the board. And I'm going to tell you the letter sound, and I want you to tell me what letter makes that sound. Now, let us listen to this sound. This letter makes the B sound. Just now, Amia came to the letter that made the D sound. But now I want Gregory to tell me which letter on this board here makes the B sound. Now everybody say that sound for me. B. Again. B. Very good. Now Gregory, you heard that sound, right? Good. Now teacher wants you to tell me which one of these letters makes that sound. The letter, he said the letter B. Is he correct? Yes, he's correct. Now tap yourself on the shoulder, Gregory. Say, I am smart. Yes, you are smart. Now the letter B makes the what sound? Yes, the B sound. Now I want you to skip to the letter B. Now I have all the letters here on the board. And if you know which letter makes that b sound, you already told me the letter B. I want you to come and skip to the letter B, and then you're going to point out the letter B. Now let us wait so that Gregory can skip to the letter B and come and show us which one of these letters is the letter B. Now let us wait on him. Very good, Gregory. Very good. Now which letter did Gregory touch? This letter here? No. And what letter is this? The letter B? No, this is not the letter B, Blessing. This is the letter what? The letter P. Very good. This is the letter P. But Gregory did not touch this letter. Did he touch this letter here? No, he did not touch this letter. And can anyone tell me what letter is this? The letter Q. Very good, children. And which letter did Gregory touch? This one here. Yes, yes. Gregory touched this letter, and we said that this letter is what letter? The letter B. Very good. This is the letter B. And what sound does the letter B makes? Good. The letter B makes the B sound. Now, I want everybody to take your seats now. Now, that was the end of our game. And before we start our class, when you're seated, I'm going to sing a little song for you. Can anyone remember the little song that we sang in our last class? Okay, we are going to sing that song again, okay? I am a baby bee, I am a baby bee, I am a baby bee, and this is the baby bee. Then along comes the doggy bee, and along comes the doggy bee, and along comes the doggy bee, and this is the doggy bee. I am a doggy bee, I am a doggy bee, I am a doggy bee, and this is the doggy bee. Very good. Now, here in my hands, I have two pictures. Now here I have the picture of a, can anyone tell me? This is the picture of a dog. Very good, a dog. And here I have the picture of a bug. Very good, Stephanie. This is a bug. Now if you look at these pictures, each one of them has a letter in front. Look at the letter in front of each of these pictures. Do you know any of these letters here? Yes, very good, but you cannot be speaking at the same time. One person stand up and tell me this is what letter here? The letter B. Very good, this is the letter B. And over here, at the front of this word, it is the letter D. Good. And here we have the picture of a bug. Very good, children. Now say the word bug. Again, bug. Good. Now listen to the initial sound of that word. Bug. Let us say it together. Bug. Good. And we know that at the front of this word, the initial sound is the letter B, right? It is the letter B because we hear the B sound. So let us move over to this picture here. Now say the word for me. Dog. The word is dog. Very good. And if you listen to the initial sound of this word, you can hear the what sound? The B sound? No, very good, Javier. You can hear what sound? The D sound. Now say the word dog. Again, dog. Good. So we hear dog. Very good. Now we're going to do activities. And here I have an activity for group 1. Now on this paper here, it says to trace and rewrite the letters. It says to trace and rewrite the letters. And on this paper, we have two different letters on that paper. Now first, if you look at the top, we can see the letter what? Group 1, we can see the letter B. Very good, we can see the letter B. Now I want you to trace the letter B there. And then you are going to rewrite the letter. And at the bottom of the letter B, we can see another letter. There we have the letter what? Very good, the letter D. Now you are going to trace the letter D, and then there's a line at the bottom. You're going to rewrite the letter D. Now group 2, each and every one of you have some letters in front of you, right? Now what you have to do, you have to sort and group the letters. Now there in front of you, there are two different letters. And if you can see, there is letter B, and on the other card, there is letter D. Now you are going to sort them, and then you are going to group them. So you are going to group all the B letters, and then you are going to group all the D letters. Good. Now group 3, this is the last activity for you. And here I have a feely box. And inside of this feely box, these pictures here has to go inside of the feely box. Now you are going to choose a picture from the feely box. Now when I put the pictures inside, you are going to choose a picture from the feely box. For example, I choose this picture, and here in this picture, you can see a what? We call this a drum. Very good, we call this a drum. Now when you choose the picture, you are going to circle the initial letter, or the letter that makes the sound at the beginning of the word. Now let us say this word, drum. Say the word, drum. Now can you hear the d sound? Yes, there is a D at the front of this word, so it makes the d sound. So I am going to circle the D because the D makes the initial sound, okay? Very good. Now you are going to choose your picture from the box, and then you are going to circle all the letters that makes the initial sound, right? Very good. Okay, very good, Blessing. I can see that Blessing has grouped and sorted these letters correctly. Very good. Give yourself a tap on the shoulder. Now, very good, Amia. I can see that you've traced these letters neatly. Very good. Give yourself a tap on the shoulder also. Okay, excellent job, Stephanie. I can see that you've circled all the initial letters. And can you tell me what letter is this that you've circled here? Very good. This is the letter B. And she said all these are the letter B. And this is what letter here? B? No, this is the letter D. Very good. This is the letter D. Excellent. Now, thank you all for completing the activity. Excellent job. Now, today, can you remember what letters we looked at? Very good. We looked at the letter B and we looked at the letter D. And can anyone remember the sound that the letter B or D makes? Tell me, what sound does the letter B makes? B, B. Very good. The letter B makes the B sound. And the letter D. Yes, the letter D makes the D sound. Very good, children. Now, to close off our lesson, we are going to sing the letter song. The B and D letter song. Now, let us begin. I am a boo, baby B, I am a boo, baby B, I am a boo, baby B, and this is the baby B. Then along comes the doggy D, and along comes the doggy D, and along comes the doggy D, and this is the doggy D. I am the doggy D, I am the doggy D, I am the doggy D, and this is the doggy D. Very good. Give yourselves a clap. Now this has brought us to the end of our lesson for today.